What's up, Leo? It's your girl, Savy from Sentient, and welcome to your September 2022 general reading. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Disclaimer, before we get into the video, this is not, and I repeat, not a love and light channel. If you are looking for sunshine and rainbows, goody gumdrops and whatnots, this is not the place for you. If you are looking for a reader who's going to lie to you and tell you everything that you want to hear, it's not me. You may want to click off. However, if you are looking for the truth, served straight up, just like the libations that we pour for our ancestors, this is the place, and I am your girl. All right, Leo, if you are here and you are still here, welcome. Congratulations, you made it past the disclaimer. You are a real one. Leo, if you've been here this whole time supporting this channel, you've been a real one and you are greatly appreciated. So thank you for all of your support thus far. If you're looking for personal readings, you can book at savyreadings.com. All that information is linked in the description box below, along with all the cards I'll be using in this reading and whatever else you may need to know about me. But let's go ahead and get into your reading. Let's talk about you. Okay, so during the channeling session, Leo, I saw what I perceived to be you, okay? And you're sitting there with a smirk on your face. And I hear someone say, "Are you not entertained?" So I'm not really sure what this is in reference to, but I was led to use the Hip Hop Queens deck for you. So that's what we're going to use today. And let's see what this is all about. Let's see whether or not you're entertained, why and why not. Okay? So let's start with the Oracle. And this is the Hip Hop Queens Oracle. All the decks I use will be linked in the description box below. But Spirit, speak to me. Why did you lead me to this deck? What's going on with Leo? What's going on with Leo? We have two. Wow. We have two cards coming out. And the first one is Erykah Badu, Spirituality. And the second one is the Us Girls, Guidance, Spiritual Guidance. Not a coincidence. All right, so let's start with Badula Oblongata, and then we'll move on to the Us Girls. Okay. It's in alphabetical order. Okay, so the guidance of this card is meditation, mindfulness, godliness, prayer, and practice. From the moment she entered the neo-soul sphere with her hair wrapped as high as the heavens, it was clear that Erykah Badu was on a mission to form a new America where generational curses were broken and replaced with a divine understanding of self. While On and On set it off, she unwrapped different dimensions of the mind on songs like Next Lifetime. And with the unique orchestrations of ambient sounds, vocals, and jazz-infused undertones that manifest with every project, Mama's gun is always loaded. Badu stays ready to fire off facts about life in ways we onlookers can only glimpse from our window seats, trying to observe her next moves. She possesses a charisma that has many a rapper falling to his knees, and her words flow out of her mouth with insights that are nothing short of legendary. At the core, the woman also known as Fat Belly Bella is divinely inspired. Erykah Badu's Oracle card is deeply rooted in the abstract, more so than others. Take pulling it as a significant sign. You are seeking something tangible, yet need to consult with the intangible to truly achieve it. We can calm our minds in ways if we believe through God, the universe, the stars, earth, It all has a connection to this oracle, to the all-knowing. But again, these are things you can't see or touch. So stillness is the move. Take time to center yourself. You need to heighten your senses and play music or connect with nature, but you can't use your phone. So a couple of things from this oracle. They mentioned that she had many a rapper falling to her knees. And I feel like, Leo, with your charisma, I don't know, Erykah Badu might actually be a Leo, but with your charisma, you may have a lot of suitors like fighting for your attention. But as you look over them, you're like unimpressed. So that are you not entertained is very much like, no, not really. I'm not entertained. But also, some of you all may take deeper meaning to this. Some of you all may be trying to dive a little bit deeper into your spirituality. So learning how to meditate, learning to be more mindful is something that you may still be struggling with doing. So we'll look into that. I'm actually really curious now as to whether or not Erykah is a Leo. So let's see real quick. But yeah, I feel like for those of you all who are trying to meditate, it may be difficult for you because you are not entertained. You're not entertained. So it's like, how do I do this when I'm so bored? So it's like you want it, but it's just boring you. Girl, your girl is a Aquarius Pisces cusp. I don't know how I feel about that. Last time I dealt with somebody like that, 0 out of 10, wouldn't recommend. All right, so spirituality is a focus for you right now, as well as guidance with the Us Girl. So let's see what that's about. All right, and I'm not going to read their whole card, but the Us Girls is about foundation, grounding, connection to earth, archetype, and advice. This is going to be a really spiritual reading. Y'all trying to get deeper into y'all spirituality. All right, Shay Rock, Debbie D, and Lisa Lee are known as the hip-hop matriarchs, the first ever to do it. Shay Rock is the female MC part of the legendary Funky 4+1. She was Miss +1. Debbie D is the first female solo MC, performing with pioneering DJ Wanda D. And Lisa Lee is the first female MC in the legendary Zulu Nation. Together they appeared in the film Beat Street as the group Us Girls. And their record, Us Girls Can Boogie Too, proved that female MCs were equally fresh. Okay. With an Us Girl card, you can definitely boogie too, but seek some guidance before you make a move. Talk to your mother, grandmother, maternal figure in your life, or Mother Nature and Mother Earth. These divine feminine sources can inspire your outlook to help you reach the heart of the matter. So take a step back and consult with your trusted circle. So we talking about spirituality here, which is really weird that came from this deck of all the decks that I have. But I think the reason is Spirit needed to keep it more lighthearted, because for you, spirituality, while you may crave it, while you may want it, while you may want to dive deeper into it, you want it in a way that makes sense to you, and you want it in a way that is more palatable to you. Okay, so I feel like that "Are you not entertained?" is Spirit speaking to you while you're trying to meditate, while you're trying to get into your spiritual practices. Okay, the Us Girls card is about grounding as well, so that may be something that you're needing to do to help you through your spiritual journey. Grounding, getting your feet in the dirt, putting your feet on the earth, okay? Using crystals. Crystals come from the earth, okay? Specifically grounding crystals like tourmaline or red jasper, things like that. So let's see what this is all about and what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? All right. What is the overall energy here? We got 2 cards coming out. Okay, so we have the Father of Pentacles with the Son of Pentacles in the reverse. So what this is telling me is that you want to get to this place of stability, but you don't know how. Some of you all are having trouble meditating, like I said. Some of you all want spirituality. You know you need it. You crave it. But you're just like, how though? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? Okay. So let's see. Let's see. And at the bottom of the deck is the Hangman energy. Release. Surrender. Okay. So off rep, Spirit is saying that you need to learn how to surrender. Some of you all may be trying to do too much because you think that you're supposed to be doing this or that or the other, right? You think that meditation has to look this way. You think that shadow work has to be done in this way. You think that you have to do spells when you don't, or you think that you shouldn't do spells when you can. Like, it's really spirituality, your spiritual journey, for the most part, is something that you control and something that you orchestrate. And it can look however you want it to look. A lot of people, myself included, come from this school of thought where there's a belief that religion and spirituality can't coexist. And the deeper that you go into your spirituality, you may find that this is true. However, what I would like to offer you is this thought. We all, for the most part, most of us, come from some type of Abrahamic religion, some type of background like that. And just like with anything, with any habit that you are trying to break or transition away from, it's going to take time. So what I would encourage you to do is integrate these spiritual practices into the way that you currently do things. There's going to be a certain level of unlearning that you have to do, but let that be done a little bit at a time. Don't feel like you have to just dive in head first and just try to be the best spiritualist you could ever be. Like, you don't have to do that right now. Take your time, all right? And surrender to the process. Hangman energy, surrender to the process. Also, the Hangman energy is about changing your perspective, all right? Changing your position so that you can see things differently. Don't let these social media influencers, these social media spiritualists convince you that your spirituality has to look a certain way. It does not. Your journey is unique to you. Your magic is unique to you and your bloodline and your ancestry. Okay? So while there are certain hard, fast rules to certain practices, at the end of the day, your magic is unique to you. This journey is yours alone. Okay? So don't think that you have to make it look a certain way. Your magic is yours alone. Okay? So tell me what's going on here with Leo. Page of Swords in the reverse. So what this is gossip, people spying on you, people, talking like, look what Leo over there doing. What Leo think they doing? I think she's supposed to be some type of little witch or something now. I don't know. Like, it could be that. Or this could be you standing on the sidelines watching, social media and seeing what all these social media witches are doing and being like that's not what I want to do, or I can't do that. That's not, not being entertained by what you're seeing. Okay. Tell me more. And it's causing you anxiety. It's causing you stress. It feels like you're overwhelmed by it all. It feels like you're overwhelmed by it all because, like I said, you think it's supposed to look a certain way because you see it. You see people everywhere doing whatever they're doing, and it's become overwhelming for you. Chariot. But you're determined. You want this. And I like this for you, Leo, because if I'm being honest, a lot of y'all's readings tend to be very surface level, tend to be very shallow. And I'm not saying y'all shallow, but when I get into Leo energy, there's not really a lot of depth in you all's readings. But lately, because of some of the things that you all have been going through, I feel like you have been triggered in a good way, though. Like spark, something that you have experienced has led you to this reading, has led you to spirituality, that it has led you to wanting to dive deeper and grow yourself and develop yourself spiritually. So the Chariot energy is about that determination. Like, just because I'm not seeing anything that represents me, I don't want to give up on it. I still want to dive into the spirituality, but I need to see something that represents me, something that makes sense to me, something that resonates with me. I feel like this is your energy. 6 of Wands. Yeah. You're determined to win. You're determined to find the thing. But you just need to find something that resonates with you. And this is why I can't express enough. Like, your journey is yours. It's yours. It's unique to you. Your magic is unique to you. Ace of Swords. Clarity. You need clarity. You need communication with someone who you can identify with. And I'm not gonna toot my own horn or nothing, but the Ace of Swords is a double-sided blade. So when it comes to spirituality, just look over my content, any of the Savvy Saturdays, which focuses on spirituality. I'm going to tell you the good and I'm going to tell you the bad. Okay? And that's what the Ace of Swords is. It's the good and the bad. A lot of people come into the spiritual community and they think that it's all love and light. And what they fail to realize is that while this is a spiritual community, it's a spiritual community filled with spirits having a human experience. So there are still flawed beings in this community. Not everyone in this community is so enlightened and above, being flawed. You are going to see within this community that there are some people that you're going to encounter who show up one way and they're very much someone else. Like, a lot of people wear a facade in this community. They pretend to be more enlightened than they are and more holy, than they are, whatever the case. And the whole time they're damaged. Whole time they are unhealed. Whole time they're operating out of a place of ego. And when they see you grow, when they see you begin to flourish, that love and light ass motherfucker that you met a few months ago becomes pure darkness, evil, like angry, jealous, envious, you know? So I want to give you this information to disillusion you to what this community is and further push you to embrace your own magic in spite of whatever rules and whatever else you find in this spiritual community. Okay? So that's the double-sided blade. That's the Ace of Swords. That's me giving you the clarity about this community that you would like to be a part of. Okay? Tell me more, Spirit. Eight of Swords in the reverse. So the Eight of Swords speaks to this self-imposed mental prison. This speaks to limiting beliefs. When it is in the reverse, it asks you to free your mind of everything that you've been taught. I just told y'all in the beginning of this that you're going to have a lot of unlearning. A lot of unlearning that you need to do. And that's what that Eight of Swords in reverse is. Everything that we've learned as far as Abrahamic religions go, whether you're Christian, whether you're Jewish, whatever, Muslim, however you grew up. As you come into this community, you're going to have to unlearn everything that you were taught. Because a lot of what you were already taught is meant to diminish your ancestral practice, your ancestral traditions, okay? It's meant to make you fear your own magic. So that's probably going to be a place where you find struggle, separating yourself from years and years and years of indoctrination. You're going to have to figure out a way to disconnect from what you know. And it's giving me tower energy, like destroying everything that you know and starting from scratch. Ace of Cups. This is a card of spirituality. This is a new beginning in your spirituality. So far, we have you as the Page of Swords, being very stressed out, being overstimulated by what you're seeing in the spiritual community, yet still wanting to have the success and still wanting to pursue spirituality. So that is a beautiful thing. We also have the Ace of Swords, where I clarify for you that this is not all love and light in this community, but also that you're going to need to free your mind of what you already have been learning for all of these years leading up to this point. Once you do these things, your spiritual journey can begin, okay? So let go of what you're seeing on social media. Let go of what the church has taught you or whatever other religion, and keep that determination to want to evolve spiritually, okay? What happens after the new beginning in spirituality here, Spirit? What is it that Leo needs to know? King of Swords, truth. So swords is not a particularly spiritual suit, but what I feel like this is you may meet someone, and they don't necessarily have to be a king or a man, but someone who is knowledgeable, someone who may have air energy, Gemini, gang, Aquarius, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra energy. And these are very intellectual. This is a very intellectual suit, the Swords energy. So you may run into someone who is very knowledgeable, but this can also be that Spirit is telling you to become knowledgeable, to become the King of Swords. Pick up a book. What books we got? 365 Days of Hoodoo. All right. Order books online. Order books online. You yourself become the King of Swords. Become knowledgeable. Learn all that you can. In the majority of the practices, it will serve you well to learn on your own. Do your own research. See what the practices entail, what they need. Okay? How do you serve under a certain practice? Learn all of that for yourself. I would say, I don't want to say not to rely on social media, but what I will say is anything that you consume on social media, do it through a lens of discernment. Okay? If what you are intaking from a certain YouTube video, a certain IG account that you follow, if what you are receiving from them doesn't sit right with you, then it's not for you. And that doesn't mean that it's wrong. That just means that it's not for you and it's not for your path. It could also be very wrong, but it just means it's not for you. Okay, so learn as much as you can. King of Swords energy is highly discerning. So move about this spiritual journey and about this spiritual community with the utmost discernment. Okay. Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a messenger of your intuition. So with it being a page, I'm feeling like that's just indicating the beginning of your journey. Some of you may not know how to use your intuition or trust your intuition yet, but I do feel like this is Spirit saying pay attention to the intuitive hits that you receive. Okay, we call those downloads. And Ace of Pentacles, foundations. This is the beginning of your foundations. What's on my shirt? I don't know. Okay, so you want to be the Father of Pentacles, but you don't know how to get there. It all begins with your foundations. So again, picking up a book, exploring different practices, watching some National Geographics on religion, things like that. But really getting down to the foundational information of certain practices. Maybe you've been drawn to Buddhism and you don't really know much about it, but something about it just feels peaceful and delightful. Learn the elements, learn the principles of Buddhism. If for whatever reason you've been feeling called to, I don't know, Haitian voodoo, see what all that entails. See what all that entails. Okay? Bottom of the deck, gain clarity on what it is that you find interest in. So tell me more, Spirit. Nine of Wands. In the reverse. So in the upright, this is pushing through obstacles. And I feel like, again, this is like that hangman energy where you are relieving yourself of the obstacles. Like not pushing so hard against or not resisting something that you're drawn to. I feel like some of you all are drawn to what you have always been taught was dark magic, like voodoo, or I don't know, what is it? Obia? I don't know. Like whatever. Whatever you have been taught is negative or dark. I feel like some of you all have been feeling pulled or drawn to those things, but you have a resistance to it because of what you've learned through years and years and years of indoctrination about these practices. Again, go back to the foundation. Pick up a book. Do some research. I will guide you to people who you trust. Maybe a family friend is a voodoo priest or something like that. Go to someone that you trust for your guidance. I just heard Santeria. Somebody here is interested in Santeria. Go to somebody that you trust. If you know no one, do your research. Research online. It's feeling repetitive. Y'all get the point. I kind of want to move on. Y'all probably want me to move on. Is there any last messages from the tarot, please, Spirit? Four of Cups in the reverse. Okay. And with the Four of Cups in the reverse and the Eight of Wands, I'm feeling like you're not going to get anything accomplished by sitting on your ass. You're not going to get anything accomplished by staying in the house, by hoping and wishing and thinking and saying, you know, I really want to go on a spiritual journey, but then not doing anything to follow it up. Okay? Take action. Go travel somewhere. Go to states where, you know, hoodoo is known to be practiced. The Gullah Geechee areas. Go to places where, you know, Santeria is practiced or Haitian voodoo. If you're about that life, go take a trip to Haiti. I ain't been there yet. It's a little dangerous over there. But, you know, go to places where these things exist and learn directly from the source. Okay? Your work will pay off. The World card with the Justice. The time, the effort, the learning that you put in, it will pay off for you. But you have to actually put forth the effort. And you can't just be out here letting yourself get overwhelmed and confused by all the information that you're getting from everywhere. Okay? So let's move on. I didn't know this reading was going to go this way. And I have not ever had a reading go this way. But, okay, whatever Spirit say, I got to do. All right? Have faith in your dreams. So don't give up just because you're frustrated. If this is something that you truly want, which you seem to truly want with the Chariot and the Six of Wands, have faith in it, okay? Some of you all may want to become mambos or priestesses or, you know, what is it, hugons or whatever. Have faith in that. The next one is nothing yet is set in stone. All right, so with this card, what I'm feeling is don't feel like because you start practicing or researching or learning one type of magic or one path, that's the path that you have to stay on, okay? You may start in one place and then end up, you know, feeling more drawn to something else. And don't feel like you can't practice multiple. 10-10 on my clock when I'm saying that. Some people, a lot of people, practice voodoo and hoodoo. Hoodoo and Santeria. Okay? So don't feel like you have to limit yourself. Some people practice what they call chaos magic. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not an advocate of that. If that's what you do, that's your business. But don't be afraid to explore is the point. And don't feel like you have to be confined to only one path, okay? Some people are loving lighters. Some people, like myself, work in the light and the dark. Left hand and right hand magic. Okay, so don't feel like you have to be limited. And as you grow on your spiritual journey, you may find that as you build your relationships with your spiritual guides, your spirit guides, like the ones that are physically not present, that are here in spirit. But as you build your relationship with your ancestors, your spirit guides, you may find that your path, your spiritual path, requires you to do certain work that you wouldn't typically, gravitate towards. It'll probably feel innate, but that may not be the route that you were necessarily planning on going. Okay, so take your time. But we have the void of course moon, which says that nothing will come of the situation. So worrying about what to do next, what to look at next, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Like, worrying is not going to make you progress any sooner. So stop worrying. Have faith that you will be able to handle this path, and take your time to explore, and don't feel like you have to get stuck in any one niche. Okay, so let's do some sacred self-care. Sacred self-care for Leo. What's going to help them here as they embark on this spiritual journey? This is kind of cute that this came out. Okay, so number 45, which reduces down to 9, which is about completion, is sing. All right, so the mantra says, my voice uplifts all who hear it. You have a unique voice and carry deep wisdom that the world needs to hear. You can share your words in any way you like, even singing them. Many of us have a fear when it comes to sharing our voices, but expressing ourselves through song can be unexpectedly freeing. Try writing a song for fun and as a way to convey what you're feeling. Sing it to yourself and notice how it makes you feel in the moment. Record it and play it back to yourself. What emotions come up? Does it empower you or make you feel shy? Sing your favorite song in public at an open mic, singing circle, or karaoke bar to break through fear and experience new levels of self-expression. Sing at home in your car to delight yourself and elevate the vibe. Sing to your heart's content. The journal prompt. What is your favorite song lyrics? What are your favorite song lyrics right now, and how does hearing them make you feel? So the reason why I thought that this was very interesting is because as you progress on your spiritual journey, you may come to find out that there are a lot of spiritual practices where singing encourages the spirits, okay? Singing to your ancestors. Some ancestors love music. They love to be sang to. Spirit guides may enjoy music. One of my spirit guides is a musician. And when she comes through singing. So there is definitely a spiritual tie to music and spirituality. And then there's also the fact that you can receive messages through music. Some spirits will communicate with you through music. So if you are naturally inclined to sing, or if you just really love music, you can turn music into a spiritual experience for yourself. And this is what I mean when I say that everyone's spiritual path doesn't look the same, and don't feel like you have to look or act or be a certain way on your journey based on what you see on social media. Okay, it's a lot deeper than social media. I know that it's trendy right now to be spiritual, but don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by what you see. Okay, let's get some crystal spirit. We'll do a crystal spirit for you. All right. What crystal spirit would like to give guidance to Leo as they embark on their spiritual journey? Which crystal spirit? Okay, I'm going to say, y'all don't want to talk. You don't want to talk to Leo? Because Leo want to talk. Ooh, they hit you with the basics. They said, baby, we're going back to basics. And you know what? It's interesting because I feel like I'm speaking to, not to call you inexperienced, but I feel like I'm speaking to newbies. Like, I feel like you're, just now embracing that thing. And again, clear quartz is number 18, which reduces down to 9 yet again. So the 9 may be significant to you, but like I said, they're taking it back to basics. When you first get into crystals, clear quartz is probably the first or second crystal you come to know. The second one being amethyst. Like everybody knows clear quartz, amethyst, rose quartz. Okay. But clear quartz, the essential meaning is amplification, magnification, expansion, and growth. Anything that clear quartz is near, it amplifies. Okay. So let's get into it. When clear quartz spirit appears, it is time to focus on growth and expansion. Whatever you appreciate, love, abundance, or anything else will grow simply by you observing it and feeling gratitude for it. Are you paying attention to all that is good in your life? Clear quartz spirit brings the message that you will amplify whatever you focus on. So focus well. Be mindful of what receives the bulk of your notice. Find what is healing and nurturing and what fosters well-being. Express gratitude for the bounty that is yours and it will expand. Whatever makes you feel happy and alive, do more of it. So for some of you all who are struggling with meditation, holding clear quartz while you meditate and focusing on what the meditation is about should help you amplify your concentration. A lot of people have a difficult time meditating because they feel like their mind is supposed to be still, and that's not necessarily the case. You're supposed to let what comes come and then acknowledge it and dismiss it. All right, and then continue to focus on whatever the meditation is. All right, so clear quartz is a stone that will definitely help you in the magnification of your concentration. Okay, also your manifestation. Okay, so, but don't try to run before you walk. All right, let's get your advice. What is the advice for Leo? What is the advice for Leo? What is the advice for Leo? I know that's right. We got the Ace of Cups. I'm sorry, the Ace of Swords again, which again is that double-sided sword, that double-sided energy. But this is also about clarity, gaining clarity and victory. With the Five of Swords coming out with it, I feel like Spirit is saying, don't psych yourself out. Don't psych yourself out. Don't convince yourself that you're messing up or you're doing something wrong. Just be clear. Stay clear on what you're trying to accomplish and focus on that. All right. Also, the King of Cups comes out as well. The King of Cups is a master at healing. Okay. Master of spirituality. With this, I'm kind of feeling like you may want to, of course, work on your healing. This is a part of your spiritual journey that people like to overlook or skip over. But shadow work should be the foundation of your spiritual journey, doing your healing work. But gaining some type of mastery over your healing is what I'm feeling with this message. But also focusing or learning from spiritual like gurus and masters. Abraham Hicks, Sadhguru. These are people that I follow. Ralph. I don't know if y'all know Ralph Smart. I love him. But like these kind of people. Watch people like them. They don't tend to seem to have an agenda, but also watch with discernment. But there's a lot of valuable information that you can receive from people like this. And finally, at the bottom of the deck, the Hangman is back telling you to surrender. Surrender. Any ideas of what you think spirituality has to look like, don't force it. Just allow it to happen in the time that it's going to happen for you. Allow your growth to happen in the time that it's supposed to happen for you. You're not going to go from amateur to super spiritualist goddess witch overnight. You may have fast progress, but you're not going to get there overnight. So just surrender to the process and let it happen. Your postcard from Spirit says, Dear you, what is true for you? Can you be impeccable with your word? Sure you can. As long as it's not used to manipulate others, the truth can set everyone free. So let go of the results. Let go of your fears and allow the truth to empower you and others. This will set into motion a kind of change that will be supportive of you and loving and all kinds of prosperous. This is not a time to compromise and hide your truth from others. Whatever it is you want, go for it. And be clear in your motives, heavy on that, especially with yourself. You will be so happy you did. This is a time where you will tap into the power to co-create and manifest your best life. Doesn't that feel amazing? And the results? Miraculous. When you tell the truth and ask the same of others, you can learn a lot from life's bountiful blessings and achieve your dreams. Love you always. I said heavy on the being clear in your motives. I have encountered personally people who want to get on this spiritual path because they hate their ex and they want to learn some voodoo so they can hex that motherfucker. Like, if that's your motive, this is not the place for you. This is not the path for you. You should probably find another path. If your motive is not self-focused, if it's not about healing, if it's not about your own personal growth, then you may want to reevaluate this path. And that's just keeping it 100. All right? But yeah, interesting reading. Didn't see it going there. But here we are. If this resonates for you, please let me know. If you'd like to share in the comments below, please make sure that you like, share, subscribe. If you all would like to learn more about spirituality, I have several videos you can watch in the Savvy Sentient playlist and the Spirituality with Savvy Sentient playlist. And also I do one-on-one spiritual coaching, and it's available on the website. So savyreadings.com. Yeah, so that's all the things. All of this information is in the description box, and I'll probably card the playlist to this video. Okay, so yeah, that's all I have for y'all, Leo. Of course, as always, I wish you all love and light. Now, go get right, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.